it's been about 6 weeks. We are now back with our mead. So we actually got a little bit more than 5 gallons, and we ended up tweaking the recipe a little bit, but we're gonna get a gravity reading real quick here, and we're gonna do our taste test. So we had the blueberries and strawberries in here, and man, it smells nice. It smells so good. I'm a little partial, but it does smell really good. I used to use that as an air freshener. We'll do a reading with this one. This one before, it set too high, like it would sit way out of the liquid. So I'm curious to see if it sinks down. But we'll try this one, and then we're gonna try this one over here. This is the one that actually did give us like somewhat of a reading. And so I think we were at like a 1.12, or just above the 1.2, or like, so just like a 1.11, 1.12. So we're gonna put this in here, get a little more, bring this over here so I don't make a mess. Look at that color. Okay. So there's still some of the particles and everything. We gotta get it out from the blueberries and the strawberries. So I'm gonna check this real quick. Oh, look at that. That totally went all the way down. We are at 0.0. So that's very interesting. I mean, just before, we were looking at the gravity about right here. I got a picture of it, I'll try to put it in there. But like right there was the gravity right there. And now we're, oh, it's a 1.00 is what it's at. So, very, very nice.
What's that mean in English terms?
I have no clue. No, we'll have to look on the directions, but I think they usually say like it needs to zero out. So that's what it's doing. So I guess like if it has not, if all the yeast and everything is still working on the fermentation process, you know, you'll still have like a gravity of that's a little bit higher in here, but then once it zeroes out, something like that to that effect. So I'm gonna try this out. I'm very curious to see how this tastes. It smells great. So actually, I won't lie to you. I've already tried it, but just a little bit of a taste. But it's very interesting. There you can see the coloration. This is a blueberry strawberry, and so this is my first time actually making mead, and the smell of this, it smells like a Moscata or barefoot Moscata, something like that you would buy, you know, like a wine or something like that at the store. And so it does got kind of a, I guess kind of like a strong wine flavor, I guess. I mean, is the most I could say. But I guess I think I can understand how when people were talking about like meads, when they're making their own meads, it's a little strong, like that. I guess what the alcohol flavoring or something that I guess it needs to. I guess over time it'll mellow out, but I can tell like the alcohol is kind of like a bitter. So it has like the sweetness of like the strawberry and the blueberry, but you don't really taste any of the honey. I mean, it's just so it's like, now I'm kind of curious to see like if you actually would do a mead with just straight honey and water, like how that would actually, if it would actually have like a sweetness to it. But I really like this. This has got a really nice flavoring to it that I like. I'm impressed with, obviously watching a lot of YouTube videos on making mead, so it's definitely got its flavor to it, which I mean, for my first mead, I'm very impressed with. It's not something that I would actually be like, ooh, gross, I'm throwing all that away. But and I'm glad.
And I'm not a wine drinker, but it tasted okay to me too.
Yeah. So my dad, you want to try some or?
No, I gotta go get the pizza.
Okay. Yeah, but anyways, I would count this as a success. I'm going to take some with me and see how what other people think about it. Obviously, it's still, some people say like, it's got to age for like 6 to 9 months before it starts to like mellow out. But like right now, I'm just very curious to see what other people think about this. So, but anyways. Okay, so I'm a little partial of my mead, and so I wanted an honest opinion about it. So I called up my sister, and she's a little bit of a wine enthusiast, and was explaining her the mead and everything. So she says she would be interested in trying it. But then also my sister, she's my family, so she might lie to me. So she's actually invited over several of her friends that are also wine enthusiasts. I guess they call them winos. So they said that they would agree to come over and try my mead and give me an honest opinion. So I'm over here at her house right now, and we're going to do a little bit of mead taste testing. So stay tuned, see what they think about it. Okay, so we are over here at my sister's house, and we got a little bit of a group that they've all volunteered to come out here as my victims and try some of my mead. And so I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to get a little bit of introduction to everybody here. And I had a couple of questions that I was going to ask each of them just to kind of get like a background on what their experiences are in their preferred drinks and stuff like that. So who do we got here?
I'm Scott.
Okay, Scott. Okay, so and I'll go around to each of you all and just kind of just getting these questions here. All right, so what would you say is like your preferred alcoholic beverage?
Oh, I'm a bourbon drinker typically.
Okay, so yeah, you're like my dad. I was like, he tasted it, he goes, it's kind of weak. I was like, it's not a bourbon, it's not a liquor. But okay, so do you try wines or anything like that, or drink wine?
I do, yeah.
Okay,
So
all right.
Tend toward dry white.
Dry white? Okay, all right. And how often would you say you drink?
Maybe it's easier to go the other way.
Okay. But you got a pretty
Fairly
good
regular,
history
yeah.
of drinking different things and then trying experimenting different things. So you basically know like your palate is kind of like that you seasoned to where you would know something that you like or that you don't like.
Right.
Okay. All right. And then so the next one is I know I already explained some things earlier, but have you ever heard of mead before today?
Only generally, yeah. Not
Generally.
very familiar at all with mead.
Okay. All right. And have you ever tasted mead?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So good. We got a first timer. Okay. I'm coming over here. So all right. And what's your name, ma'am?
Linda.
Linda. Okay. So I'm gonna do like the same question. So what's your preferred type of alcoholic beverage?
Wine.
Wine. What kind of wines do you like?
I like dry red.
Dry red.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would know the difference between like a dry wine and then like something that's not dry, or okay, so perfect. So because I'm kind of curious to see like how the mead is like on the sides of if it's dry, too dry, or if it's not dry at all, or however it favors.
Okay.
So and how often would you say that you partake in alcoholic beverages or drink wine?
Probably 3 to 4 times a week.
3 to 4 times a week? Okay. All right. And then have you ever heard of mead before today?
Just last weekend when Kim was explaining it to us.
Okay. All right.
But
So-
yeah, I'm a newbie.
Okay. So you have you ever tasted mead before?
No.
Okay. All right. So we got another first timer. That's
Yeah.
great. So, all right. And then, all right. What's
Hello.
your name, sir?
I'm Joe.
Joe. Okay. So same questions here. What's your preferred alcoholic beverage?
I'm a seasonal drinker. In the winter, in the summer when it's hot by the
Uh-huh.
pool, I like a beer.
Okay.
Cooler weather, not a huge bourbon fan, but I'll drink bourbon.
Okay.
I like some tropical sweet drinks.
Okay. Good. All right. And then
No.
do you drink any wines?
No,
No, not
no.
any.
I do a Moscato. I'm
Moscato,
not a dry wine fan.
Okay. All right. So you all have like different wines in the house or whatever.
Gotta buy
for
2
you, and
bottles.
then, yeah. Okay.
One for her
Good.
and one for me.
Okay. And then how often would you say that you partake in alcoholic beverages?
That's cut down quite a bit over the past few years.
Okay.
Once a week,
Once a week.
and going out to dinner or something like that.
Okay. So you like a good wine with like your dinner.
There is no good wine.
Oh, okay. You like okay.
Moscato.
I'll take you. So like you like an alcoholic beverage, I guess, with a dinner or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So,
That's.
okay.
I mean, that's about all I drink anymore. Used to be more
Right.
regular than that, but just a drink with dinner.
Okay. And then so before today, have you ever heard of? Well, I guess you
No.
all probably did research.
No.
Okay.
I learned about it today. The mead.
Okay. And then have you ever tried mead before?
No.
Okay. All right. I guess I would kind of go without saying if you haven't heard it, you probably wouldn't try it.
Looking
I
forward.
just thought
to
about that. Okay. So next is my sister.
My like clothes.
Okay, go ahead. All right. So what's your name?
Kim.
Okay.
Wine at a daycare.
Right. Yeah. Wine at a daycare. Yeah. We'll cut that part out. Okay. So what's your preferred alcoholic beverage?
I like wine, and I drink Moscato.
Okay.
I also like Long Island's. So.
Long Island. Okay. I'm learning something new about my sister. All right. So, yeah, you already answered that question about the preferred wine. And how often would you say you partake in alcoholic beverage?
About once a week.
Once a week. Okay. So, and then how have you ever heard of mead before I started talking to you about it?
Yes.
Okay.
My
Where
other
you-
brother Ben.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Because I've conversated with him about that too. All right, and then you actually did taste his as well.
Yes, I did taste
So-
his back in July and again in January.
So you can compare mine to his, so that'd be good. All right, so what's your name?
Steven,
Okay, and then what would you say is your preferred alcoholic beverage?
good beer.
Good beer.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. It's like, so do you try wines or anything?
I do.
Okay. What kind of wines would you say you prefer?
More the semi-sweet.
More than semi-sweet?
my Moscato.
Okay. All right. How often would you say that you drink?
Once a week.
Once a week? Okay. And have you ever heard of mead
Yes, I have.
before?
From you.
From me?
Yes.
Okay. And then, did you taste Ben's mead?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I can't remember if you did or not. Okay, so yeah, you've tried it. Okay.
All right, so we actually got our contestants here. We got them like a little bit of basic history on their expertise and what they prefer and everything. So that way you can kind of get an idea of when they're describing the mead, you know, what their basis is on what how they're thinking they like it, or if they don't like it, or if it's just trash. I'm never going to do it again. So, all right, so we're gonna get this poured out for them, and then we'll come back and see what we can experiment.
Oh, I knew that.
All right, so
I knew it was.
Remember the other day I told
this is
you
the
about
coloration of the mead here, and looking pretty good.
Is it pink and I'm just seeing pink?
It is pink.
It is.
strawberries.
Strawberries and the blueberry in there. Yeah. All right. So this is so what I was explaining earlier is this is honey mead, but in the fermenting process we actually added in strawberries and blueberries to the mead in the fermentation. So so I would call it a strawberry blueberry. Hey, what's up, buddy? Oh. He's like, wait a minute.
He's like, you're not my daddy.
So we'll go with you first. See what you think.
Do you love it when everybody's staring at you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll come back over here. Kim,
All right.
hold on. I was just joking. Go ahead.
Oh, for you? All right. Steven?
Let me have you.
That's good.
Right, we're seeing.
Oh.
Yeah, same time.
I wanted.
Start all over.
Yeah, geez, all right, cut it out, geez. All right, no. All right, so we'll come back over here. It was Scott, right?
Right.
Okay, so Scott, what do you think about it?
I was prepared to swallow it and then, you know, not necessarily sure I'd like it, but
Okay.
it actually comes off a little dry, or there's a word. It's not. A little toward the dry. I
Okay,
guess.
okay.
Not semi-sweet, but lean toward kind of dry. It's almost like a little beer-ish, like a light.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Kind of a real hint, a little beer hint in there for some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So what overall? What's your thought on it?
So, actually, I was prepared not to like it, and I kind of like it.
Nice, nice.
I thought, well, I'm gonna be nice and smile, and it's gonna be all right. But yeah, I could.
Potentially a fan, huh? Not every day, but you know, maybe just like
Yeah.
dessert wine or something like that.
And I'm interested what the sweet wine drinkers think, but
Yeah,
it seemed a
it-
little drier, lean dry to me. But
Okay, all right. So, come on over here to you.
Okay.
What do we say?
I say it, I mean, I can definitely taste the strawberries and blueberries.
Okay.
I wouldn't say dry, I would say maybe more semi-dry.
yeah.
But it's almost, still has a sweetness because of the fruit,
Uh-huh.
which I'm not a huge fan of sweet wines.
Oh, okay, okay,
But I think it's good, it's smooth.
okay.
It doesn't, some wines that you drink burn
Yeah, yeah.
or leave an aftertaste, and it doesn't.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good wine. I don't know personally if I would drink it because it's sweet.
Sweet,
I don't really
okay.
go for the sweet wines.
Okay.
But it's smooth, and I think it's
So would you
easy
say
to drink.
would you say it's more the sweetness from like the strawberries and the blueberries that so I guess my question is like just like a regular honey mead, would you be willing to like try something like that?
Yes,
Okay.
I think I would be
Okay.
more interested in like a honey mead
Okay.
more than just because of the sweetness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Although it doesn't, when you're tasting it, you don't have a sweet, you don't get a sweetness
Yeah.
on your palate, but it's definitely, I can taste that sweetness,
Okay.
but it feels more like a semi-dry, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
No, yeah, definitely, definitely. So where was I going? Back over here? All right. Very curious to see what you think.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's good.
I was expecting something sweeter.
Okay.
I didn't get that. To me, it's closer to a dry wine.
Okay.
Didn't taste a whole lot of flavoring.
Okay.
I did. It's strong. I tasted the alcohol in it.
Right.
But I don't know. I think old COVID messed with my
Yeah.
taste buds. But not a lot of food's the same since then. But I'm sorry, I'm not a fan.
No, that's good. That's good.
I was expecting it being from honey to be a little bit sweeter, but
Okay.
to me, it's more like a dry wine.
Yeah, it's amazing because that was the one thing that I was expecting when I first like tried honey mead.
Yeah.
The same thing. I was like, well, this is from honey. I was like, but if you understand, like I guess like the process of like the yeast actually eats the sugars, and then that's the byproduct from the
Gotcha.
yeast. So yeah, so it was kind of surprising to me too when I taste tested it. So all right, but no, I appreciate it though.
No
so,
problem.
Thank you.
Those might get
I'm
a
just gonna
deal free
copy
card.
and paste what he said, so,
Okay.
but no, I have to agree with what Joe said. And it's funny, we both drink Moscato, and that's our go-to wine.
Uh-huh.
And I find it on the drier side. I would like more flavoring. Yeah, it's very, I can taste like just a tad, but would it be my prefer? No. Like,
Okay.
I would want it to be sweeter.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. So you said earlier that you don't like the sweeter wines, but you
Right.
think it's more sweeter.
I do.
Okay.
Because I like a really dry wine.
And then Joe over here, you're like saying that you like the sweeter wines. Mm-hmm. So,
But I'm tasting
but
more of a dry one.
more of a dry. Okay.
Yeah. It's more on the semi-sweet side
Okay,
of
yeah,
it, but I still would prefer just sweet.
So like a lot sweeter then?
Yeah, because I mean, I like Rieslings and stuff, but I mean, it definitely is strong. So it's very strong for wine.
The wine, the mead is strong?
Yes, the mead is very strong.
Okay.
Like the percentage of alcohol is definitely, I feel like, higher than a wine.
What is that percentage?
I did a gravity test reading. I'm still trying to get the calculation right on that, but I would believe it's somewhere about the 17, 20% range.
Yeah.
So, Steven? What do we got?
Like a semi-sweet. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge wine drinker, but I think like a semi-sweet.
A semi-sweet? Okay. All right. And that's kind of like where I'm at with it. It's like it was like a semi-sweet or something like that. But
It had a dry taste to it with a little bit of sweetness. That's why I say
Yeah.
sweet. So.
okay, interesting.
My name is Ben Chapman.
Alright, so Ben is trying his new mead. So what is your preferred alcoholic beverage?
I mostly drink beer.
Okay. If you drink wine, do you like sweet or dry?
It just depends on the situation, but I would say probably more sweet.
Okay. About how often would you say you drink?
Alcohol in
Yeah.
general? I would say at least once a week.
Okay. Have you ever heard of mead before?
Yes, I have heard of mead before.
And have you ever tasted it?
Yes, I have.
What have you tasted? Like what kind of mead? Explain like your history with mead.
First time I had mead was probably 2 years ago. I can't remember the name of it, but it was some, oh goodness, some Norwegian brand or whatever. And then last summer went down to Charleston They have a place called the Savannah Bee, and they had a couple meads there. They had one that was like a sweet habanero. That was really good. But yeah, I'm not an avid mead drinker, but I enjoy it here and there.
All right. Well, this is his first batch. Go ahead and give it a whirl and give it your honest review.
That's pretty good.
What do you think about the flavor? What's it taste like?
You definitely taste the honey. The aftermath taste. Definitely more on the wine side, a little drier on the way down. But overall, I would drink it.
Can you tell what flavors are in it?
No.
Fruity, maybe?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. If you had to rate it, what would you rate it?
I would give him a 6.5 out of 10.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so after having everybody sample my mead, trying to like go through and think about what everybody was saying and like taking that into account to how my mead was, judging by their reactions. People that like the sweeter meads said it could be sweeter, it wasn't sweet enough. My sister, who's she drinks her wine, she would classify it as more of like a semi-sweet wine, but then other people that like the dry wines, they said it was actually way too sweet. So I say there was basically the idea that I can make it sweeter with back sweetening it, I think is something that I could actually correct, or at least try to correct. So I think that's where I'm going to go with it, and basically try to back sweeten it with some honey, and then maybe add some more strawberries to it, and see how that goes before I actually bottle it and start to age it. And that was basically like the idea of what I wanted to get was, it's like, is it something, who is it going to, appeal to, for like a more broader audience of people that wanted to try it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is back sweeten it with some honey and then some strawberries, and just to give it more of a berry taste and then more of a sweeter taste. So, and we'll go from there. But we'll see how this all plays out. But I think for my first mead, and actually having the taste test the way I did, and to me, I still enjoy drinking it. So it's not like it's not something that is just totally undesirable, but you got a product and you want to try to make it better. So that's where I'm going with it. So, but as always, thanks for watching. Stay safe, make each day count, and God bless.